Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. So I found this interesting video by this channel, Khmers, military planner analyzing clip buy or sell. Crane shares China, internet, and covered call strategy. This man that you see right here is going to teach us how understanding military planning is going to make us good investors. Because I am actually a member of the military, and I am actually an officer, and I have done everything this clown has done. I understand exactly who this man is. And I can tell you, from a military person's perspective, this guy's a freaking fraud. He acts like he's some hero. Oh my God, he's going to save the world, and he knows so much about military. He's a freaking JROTC instructor. You know what JROTC is? It's where the scrubs go. It's where the bottom of the barrel freaking goes. That's high school kids. This mother effer teaches high school kids, and he acts like he's some big shot military planner general. And I'm not saying I am either, but holy crap, I don't freaking lie about it. Now, my experience, I was an infantry officer in the United States Army. I did 5 years on active duty. I was a platoon leader for 2 years. I deployed to Afghanistan, and for the remaining 2 years, the first year I was like training and stuff like that. And then the remaining 2 years, I was a staff officer where I did planning at the battalion level. That's like 500 guys, basically. This mother effer is making it sound like he's Sun Tzu, okay? And he's a major. My boss was a major when I was doing planning, the same rank as this clown. And he did planning for a battalion. He was the head operations planner. Most majors aren't doing super high-level planning. Maybe mid-level. But this guy isn't like planning for armies, okay? So we're going to react to the first 3 minutes of this video. And yeah, he's got some stupid music on. It'll probably demonetize me. I don't care because it's freaking hilarious. But I apologize in advance for the garbage music he has going in the background. But let's hear what he has to say. Because apparently, you know, being in the army and learning how to, you know, march and salute and fluff your boss is going to make you a good stock picker. Let's see.
Now, one of the things that I think I add a flavor to a financial advisor is this. I spent many years as a military planner, so I'm a military planner. You know, military planner is very, very elite kind of skill. Okay, so
that is completely false. Military planning is all about simplicity. Okay, you want to be as simple as possible so your plans don't go to crap because wars are complex. Any number of things can happen. And if you have a super complex plan, it can fall apart pretty easily. So as a military planner, it's like, okay, I'm going to put this unit here, and I'm going to flank with this unit. That's the basics of military, okay? You find, you fix, and then you finish the enemy. There's no major complexities to a plan. Now, there's some synchronization, obviously, but you don't want to make plans complex. And especially at our level, okay, I was a platoon leader, and I was at the battalion level for planning. We did not make super complex plans. It isn't like this insanely complicated planning technique. He's trying to create this mystique that the military are these like high-level planners. I have been to staff planning exercises. It's basically the combat arms guys doing everything. I don't think this guy is combat arms. He does not give me the vibe as somebody that was an infantryman. All the other people have their specific roles in the military. You have the communications guy. You have the human resources guy. You have the operations guy. You've got the intelligence guy. I know he wasn't the intelligence guy. All of these guys have their specific roles. And when it comes to like the actual fighting and planning, he would not have been actively involved in that role. He's probably in some kind of supporting role. You think this mother effer knows anything about high-level military planning? This guy, honestly, okay? Most of the support guys were absolute freaking clowns that had no idea what they were doing. And he reminds me of one of those guys because we had them. I remember being an operations guy, having to do the freaking intelligence guy's planning because he was so incompetent. What a freaking joke. But let's continue.
So just give you an idea for those who've never been a military planner. Every division has maybe one planner, maybe two, but they rate only.
Huh? every division only has one planner. What on earth are you? He's obviously ignorant and just making stuff up. So in the Army, you got squad, 9 people, platoon, 27 to 30, company, 100 to 200, depending on what you do, battalion, 300 to 500, brigade, a couple thousand, and then division, 10, 20,000, something like that. I was at the battalion level. This is multiple levels below division. And we had like 5 or 6 lieutenants and me and a couple other captains and a major that were planning. There are a lot of planners on the staff. The staff supports the commander. The commander is there to be briefed and to make rapid decisions. That's what the commander does. He relies on his staff to give him a complete picture so he can make decisions. There are a lot of planners. There's not billions of them, but there are a lot of planners in a freaking division. You got the brigade S shop, S3 shop. You got the division S3 shop, the battalion S3 shop. There's a ton of What is he talking? There's one planner? There's one guy planning everything in a division. A division is a super complex organism. That's tens of thousands. You think there's one guy planning for tens of thousands of people? This guy's just making shit up. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. I was never in the military like this freaking hero doing JROTC.
One, right? I work at the MEF, which is higher than division, so at the highest level, in the MEF, there's a little bit more, so military planning, you got to go to a lot of school. You spend a lot of time learning about warfare, about tactics.
I mean, I guess you kind of do. As it's a captain's career course, which I've been lazy, I haven't done that yet, is roughly 6 months if you're on active duty. And you basically go there after 4 years. And then when you get to his level, you do ILE. I forgot what it was called. It's like the Army version of it's like mid-officer level planning. It's all bull crap. Okay, support people they don't know anything. I've seen support people in these trainings. They're just basically listening to what the combat arms guy says, and they're barely surviving. And I was at the level above the division. Yeah, you're so highly trained. You did one freaking mission exercise and barely passed your PT test, and you consider yourself highly trained. This guy isn't. I can tell the type. If somebody talks about their military service all the time, I 100% guarantee you they are frauds and they are lying. And this is the kind of person, these kind of people disgust me, where they try to create hero worship for themselves. Oh, I'm a hero. Oh, fluff. Shut your freaking mouth, you piece of garbage. Have you even deployed? Have you ever been shot at before? I highly freaking doubt that. This guy's a joke. Just this alone should disqualify him from being on YouTube talking about stocks. Disgusting. I don't trust him.
Strategies, and you're essentially the guy who planned the big blue arrow. So every time you see the arrows on the map, that's people like me who created that battle plan, right? So when
I'm sure you're developing core level battle plans for 50,000 men. That's Major Khmer at his JROTC with teaching little stupid kids with their pink boots. This guy's outrageous, man.
So planner has to come up with a modeling system. Before you attack something, before you invade something, before you try to figure out to tackle the mission and the objective.
I like how he doesn't use actual military terminology, because you can kind of tell there's terms that people use in the military, like seize, destroy, isolate, like military action terms. He doesn't even use those. So it sounds to me like he's not very well versed in tactics. And I'm not saying I'm a genius tactician. I'm not. But I've been around enough staff and enough battle planning where I know I can kind of sense a person that really understands this stuff. I don't think this guy really understands the essence of military planning. I think he went to one school and was taught it, and that's it. And then he forgot it, brain dumped it. He teaches kids in high school. This guy is not doing core level planning. Some of the smartest guys go up there. You need smart people at that level of planning. Otherwise, a lot of people are not going to come home. This guy is not up there planning core level operations. I can guarantee that.
That passed down from the president, from National Command Authority. So you gotta look at.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the president's giving you orders, you freaking doofus. This is Joe Biden, Mr. Khmer. I need you to plan the invasion of Iraq, Iran, North Korea, Russia, and China all at once. Can you handle that? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My income will support me while I do the plan. Yes, sir. But dividends.
Look at it and say, okay, how do you do these things? And so what we use is we use modeling. We have other modeling type. And the planning tool we use, so if you're in the Army, you use MDMP, Military Decision Making Game. If you
Military. Okay, so the acronym is MDMP, which, by the way, that gives me nightmares. I hate that. It makes me want to vomit. I've done that before. Don't want to ever do it again. Military decision-making process. What did he say? Military decision-making game? He doesn't even know the acronym for MDMP. MDMP is basically a planning process. And I'm being honest here. I forgot the freaking steps. I haven't done that garbage in a while. But he doesn't even know the freaking acronym. I swear to God, this guy went to one training school like 5 years ago, like sputtered through all the training, barely passed, and then now he acts like he's this military planning expert. I've been in the infantry. I've been deployed. I've been on battalion level staffs. I've been to the National Training Center. I've been in like actual operations. This guy is a fraud. He does not know anything about anything. If this guy was my major, and I was a captain under him in the S3 shop, in the operations shop, I'd be crapping my pants because of his total incompetence. The battalion commander would make me do everything because this guy is clearly an incompetent clown.
If you're in the Marine Corps and the Navy, use Marine Corps planning process and stuff like that, or Navy planning process. So it's a planning process. It's just a tool, step-by-step tool. Now I do it so much, it's in my head, but it's a logical approach to problem solving. It doesn't matter what you call it. I don't know what the business will call it. It's function of, I'm pretty sure it's a function of business analysis. Maybe I think Matt mentioned one time the swap.
Oh, wow. Once I learned the 6 functions of fluffing, I became an expert stock picker. My military service has just made me basically Warren Mother effing Buffett, okay? Because I learned the stupid simple steps of how to put a support by fire and a flanking element. Yeah, oh my God, I could pick YieldMax now. I'm such a freaking genius.
Analysis, you can talk about things like that. But essentially, it's a planning tool. Now, I'm very good. I literally can do it in my head because I teach planning process. It's not just only I understand it and I do it, but I teach. That's one of my jobs. I go around the world teaching it.
Oh, they send you around the world to teach them it's military decision making. I'm sure they do. In your ROTC class? That's interesting, Khmer. They send you around the world as an JROTC instructor teaching foreign militaries. God help those militaries. God help them.
I literally show up in a country and I said, hey, you guys want to win war? Come talk to me. I'll show you how to do it.
I'm sure he walks into a country. He just goes there unauthorized. I'm gonna go on vacation, and then he tries to walk in the embassy, and there's some embassy guard from Cambodia or whatever. And he's like, "I'll show you how to win the war, da 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 da." And the guard's like, "Get the hell away from me!" And that's basically the extent of his military education. This guy is delusional.
Oh, I show you at least how the Marines do it. And then we'll plan it out. And then we do war game, we set up strategy and analyze, and we just go through the process. And then they're like, wow, this is great. I didn't know this. Yeah, because that's why the American is such a great war machine. We can win any war because military planners are pretty good. So I give you all that perspective. So when I look at the stock market, when I look at investment, I look at it from that lens, from the lens of a military planner. I'm not looking at it from an investor. I'm not looking at it from
I'm trying to make the connection here, because in the military you learn nothing about future cash flows, you don't learn about like market volatility and time in the market beats time in the market. You don't learn any of that in the freaking military. Okay, I'm seriously struggling to see how my military training has has freaking prepared me to pick individual stocks. I mean, military training is all about be decisive, make a freaking decision, do something. Okay. When it comes to index fund investing, you own the world and you let it ride. That doesn't sound very military to me whatsoever. But hey, you know what? I'm not the expert here, apparently.
A guy who been do day trading all day, or a guy who worked at stockbroker at Wall Street, a guy who went to school in business finance. I don't know how to read a chart. I don't know how to read a business, the financial worksheet, because I've never been taught to do that. It doesn't mean I don't know how to do it now. It doesn't mean I'm not going to know how to do it later. I just don't know how to do it at the moment because I have never been taught or shown.
So you're freaking clueless is what you're saying.
Or I don't have time to research that aspect of it. So I don't know the integral detail about things. But however, what I notice in the community is nobody's asking these logical questions, some very simple questions. So let's go into our first analysis so you can give you perspective from my...
I'm telling you guys right now, I grew up around the military. My dad was in the Army. I was in the Army. I still am in the freaking Army. I'm a reservist now. I don't really do anything, but I'm in the Army. My entire life has been around the Army and the military from the day I was born. And I can tell you with 100% certainty, this guy is embellishing, lying, exaggerating to the 10th degree. This guy is full of crap like I've never seen somebody be full of crap before in my life. Most military people that brag about their service constantly are probably lying. I'm telling you. And if people do that, you cannot trust them because they're scum. There's nothing I hate more than somebody in the military that freaking lies about their service so they can get hero worshipped. That makes me sick to my... I don't want to be freaking hero worshipped. Give me cheaper health care. That's my hero. That's my freaking hero worship. I don't want people to. I don't want to walk outside. People are, oh, strong man. Oh, you're in the Army. Oh, let me fluff you. Oh, you're my hero. God bless America. Oh, I freaking hate that garbage. And people like this abuse that, and they make the military look bad because when they get turned out as freaking liars, which they are, they just ruin our reputation. Okay, this guy's a freaking fraud. This is like borderline stolen valor, and I freaking hate this dude. Have a wonderful night.